Hello, it's the end of March and what I thought I would show you today is my asparagus. Now I sowed my asparagus from seed about, I don't know, about 6-7 years ago, something like that. I sowed it 1 year and then I sowed it in a 3-inch round pot, didn't do anything with it, thought it had died over the winter, and it then came back the following spring. So I then separated it out and put it into individual pots and then eventually moved it out into the allotment. Now we moved and I wasn't going to leave it, so I dug it up and I moved it. Wasn't sure whether it was going to survive or not, but it did. I put it about last year, I think, about this time last year, I think it was, I put it in its new home, which is this bed here, and it's the asparagus bed, and it grew really beautifully, but I didn't harvest any last year because I thought I'd leave it to settle for a year. And the fronds grew and it was absolutely beautiful, fabulous. So I cut the fronds down when they turned brown, and over the winter it's been, doing stuff underneath, and now it's really starting to shoot up, and I am just so chuffed with how it's going, and I just wanted to show you how to harvest it. So hopefully you can see. Yes, I know it's you again. Here it is here, and as you can see it's growing really well. There's loads of little bits, more bits coming, nice and big and fat. This was the first one that came up, which I've missed, but I'm just going to leave that to go onto its fronds because it looks so pretty. But I thought now I will harvest some. We'll most probably have some with dinner tonight. And I thought I would just show you how to harvest it. So let me show you how I harvest my asparagus. Now you want to get your asparagus fronds, you want to start your asparagus sticks, you want to harvest them when they're about 9 or so inches tall. And the way to harvest them is you have to do this very carefully, because if you can, hopefully, I don't know whether you can see this, there are lots of other ones coming round the bottom and I don't want to cut those off. So I've got a sharp knife here, and what you need to do is you just need to move a little bit of the soil and you need to cut the spear off just below the surface of the soil. As I say, do it very carefully, because you don't want to damage any of the new ones coming through, and then just cover it up. So I'll do this one as well because this one's ready. I'm just going to move a little bit of the soil, cut with my knife. Make sure you have a nice sharp knife. You could do it with secateurs if you wanted to, but I would worry that I would damage any of the new ones coming up. So there's a couple there. There are a few more that I need to harvest, so I will harvest those, and when I've harvested what I want, I will come back and see you. Right, well, I've harvested a little bit. Some of them are just too small still. I've left the ones that have got too big, I've left. So I've got a nice little selection here. These ones are a little bit long, but I thought I would harvest them anyway. Now, when you're cooking these, you need to obviously take off the woody bit. And you might look at this and go, how on earth do I know where the woody bit is? What you need to do is you need to take your asparagus, I'll tell you what, let's take that one instead. And you just need to bend it, and the woody bit will snap off, and then you'll be left with the bit that you can eat. It will automatically snap off. So just bend it, you can see it bends. So that's the woody bit, and then you can eat the top bit. So that's how you know which bits that you need to eat and which bits you can eat. The woody bits are just too hard and just chewy and it's horrible, stringy. So you want the nice tender tips. So that's mine. I'll go and put those in the compost heap. They'll do really well. Now, asparagus is a long-term investment. If you do sow it from seed like I did, you won't be harvesting any until about the 3rd year, and then there'll be really quite skinny, spindly bits. From about the 4th year onwards, then you'll get really, really nice bits. And asparagus will keep producing for about 20 years. So once you've got it and it's established, then it will just keep rewarding you time after time. So it is, in my opinion, worth doing, definitely worth doing, but you just have to be patient. But in the end, if you are patient, you will be rewarded with this, and it is absolutely gorgeous. My husband says it makes pea smell. It doesn't make my pea smell, so I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, that's asparagus. I hope if you haven't ever grown asparagus yourself, you will give it a go. I did do, I'm sure, way back, I'm sure there's one of sowing asparagus seeds, because there's no point me sowing any more because I've got loads. So they'll live quite happily in this bed. Just make sure that if you've got an asparagus bed, you keep it weed free and you give it a good feed over the winter. So put a load of organic matter on it or a load of stuff from the compost bin, and then it will be very happy. Well, if you are growing your own asparagus, I hope you're enjoying it as much as we do, and I hope I love roasting it. I think roasting it in the oven is just the best. Well, I hope you've found what I've shown you useful, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye bye.